McDonald's would like to make a statement. We were using Husi meat. We're sorry. We're sorry. Hi everyone. Before we jump into our podcast, we want to chat a little bit about a food scandal that just broke out. David.
That's right. So Maxine's Group was one of the few companies that were dragged into the Taiwanese gutter oil scandal. And I really want to commend them on doing a very good job on managing the crisis. They were very quick to admit that they did use tainted oil. They were very quick to recall the involved products, and they were very quick to reassure the Hong Kong public that the mooncakes that they create are not tainted. And I think that's a very nice response in contrast to a lot of the few companies that we are going to talk about today.
Great. Thanks so much. Hey everyone, I'm Joshua.
And I'm David.
And we're here to talk about food and PR. So David, recently something really strange happened. McDonald's made a pretty big blunder in Hong Kong. What happened with that?
They were caught in a lie because there was a Chinese meat supplier that was found to have tainted meat. And
Was McDonald's using it?
They were, but they didn't tell people they were using it. And in fact, I think they denied it publicly at first, which got them into a lot of trouble.
And they were caught?
They were caught, and then they had to actually come out and do a press conference.
So what happened in that press conference?
They did not do well. So the Hong Kong leader of McDonald's actually came to the press conference. She read a statement, didn't take any questions, and then immediately after reading her statement, she just ran off stage.
Oh no.
And she just projected this impression of being really scared of the media.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty clear example of what should not be done.
Yeah.
What did they do wrong specifically?
I think they made a lot of the classic mistakes when dealing with a crisis, because oftentimes, we'll say when you're dealing with a crisis, you have to be transparent, you have to be available, you have to be responsive, caring, and authentic. And they weren't any of those things. I mean, they were non-responsive because I think they were silent for a very long time, and they were not authentic because they were caught out in a lie. They were not transparent, obviously, and they weren't just cooperative. They just did not present this position or image of really wanting to face the truth, which really, really hurt their image in Hong Kong.
So it's really unfortunate that McDonald's screwed up big time in Hong Kong, considering they're such a huge multinational company. And speaking of
Screw-ups?
Yeah, speaking of screw-ups, what happened in Singapore?
Wasn't as big a screw-up, but what happened in Singapore was they introduced a new burger, the satay chicken burger, and they got a lot of complaints in social media about how it didn't have enough sauce on it. And McDonald's actually responded really well. They were very quick to write back and reply to comments in social media, but they didn't go all the way, I think.
What would have all the way looked like?
Well, as a consumer, and I do eat McDonald's burgers sometimes, it would be nice if, in addition to showing me that they actually listened, that they translate that into action and actually change the formula of the burger. That that would be a very logical next step, because if enough people complain about it, and it's not that hard a change, right? You just need to put more sauce on the burger, but they didn't do it in time. Yeah, and they actually offered an opening for somebody else to come in and do it.
And who was that?
Which was Burger King, right? So Burger King, I think, did a really smart thing, which is they introduced their own burger very quickly, and they advertised it as being more saucy than the McDonald's burger. And I don't think they did it in a malicious way. I thought they were quite classy in the way that they did it, but they were able to kind of make a dig at McDonald's in their poster for the burger, which I thought was really, really funny.
So it seems like Burger King saw an opportunity and they took it.
Yeah.
And that actually reminds me of something else that happened at the Super Bowl. So there was a blackout at the Super Bowl last year, and Oreo did something pretty funny.
Yeah, and everyone talks about this in the marketing industry, how Oreo during the Super Bowl blackout tweeted something about you can dunk in the dark as well, right? And that got a lot of coverage, got a lot of interest. Won them a Lions Award at Cannes and so on. So it was a really big deal. But I think a lot of people don't remember it. But in addition to Oreos, a few other brands
Right.
tweeted during the blackout as well. Brands like Audi and Walmart and so on. But yeah, that was another example of, I guess, what people call newsjacking now.
So why was that so famous? Why did that become so trendy?
I think they took a very opportune moment and they created it, they turned it into a great media moment. It was also great timing because when the Super Bowl blackout happened, you had a lot of, and we're talking millions of Super Bowl viewers with nothing to do but go onto social media so they can kill time until the game comes back on, right?
Yeah.
So that was a really golden 30 minutes for social media. And so Oreos really just caught that wave.
Okay.
I think a lot of it was luck. Of course, quite a lot of it was also that they had the right ingredients in place.
Right.
They had a quick approval process for content. They had their tone and style, brand identity, all of that well defined. And that actually makes it respond very quickly, makes them very nimble. And yeah, they scored a coup, which I think is great. But I also sometimes think that maybe a lot of it is luck as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty, very cool. I'm a bit hungry now after talking about
Okay.
McDonald's and Oreo.
All right.
Hmm.